First set.
The youngest woman to reach the third round since 1996 here at the US Open.
Osaka, Naomi to serve.
Coco Gauff.
Ready? Play.
Against the defending champion here on Arthur Ashe.
$15.
That's going to be one of the key factors in this match, the serve for both players. But Osaka, her serve has gotten better each match, and she's going to need every bit of it tonight.
Very impressive start.
The game plan seems clear. Try to dictate from the very first ball, whether it's the serve, whether it's the first ball off the ground. Osaka immediately going into that open court.
You have to listen to the cheer to know who won that particular point.
This may be the one area that Gauff has the advantage, is the movement. Has to try to get Osaka on the move as often as possible.
Miss it? I think the American thinks she has.
40-13.
She has.
This is a high-level move from Coco Gauff. Not doing a great job with the volley, but it was good enough. And the fact that she put that additional pressure on Osaka, made that move, that's the important part.
Perfect serve to secure the opening hold. The world #1.
First game.
These are the moments that are so crucial in a match. An absolutely beautiful skyline. It's been almost perfect weather. We had one day of rain, but other than that, it's so lucky.
The lack of humidity is so significant here, isn't it, for players?
I'm enjoying it. I don't miss it. I get it enough.
Coco Gauff to serve.
It's these early games that help a player settle down and settle into a match, especially in a big stadium. A lot of tension going into this one. If you can get on the board,
15-9.
especially hold serve early, you feel like you're in the match. You feel like you can breathe a little bit easier, and you can at least play from a good base.
Actually asked in a post-match press conference what inspired her. It was interesting. She talked about her family. She said, my brothers are the ones that inspire me the most. A couple of younger brothers, of course, as Coco. One's a very good baseball player. He's only 11 years of age, but
That's what Osaka does at her best. She just pummels the ball.
yes, Chandler, to some extent, it then adds just a little bit of pressure to Coco's ground strokes, doesn't it? Because she then just feels a little bit that maybe she's got to do 5% more on the ball.
Especially off the forehand side for her.
Game, Osaka.
World number 1 able to secure
Osaka
the early
leads
break
2
here.
games to love for set.
That's big for Osaka. So focused, looking to take advantage of any early opportunities. Didn't have to play that last point, but it's because she's come out hitting the ball so cleanly. It's added a little additional pressure to Gauff's game. You have to remember that this is the first time that this young woman has played out here on Ashe Stadium. I mean, it's a different feeling. Huge, huge crowd.
Coco Gauff's 14th event of the year. Of course, much has been discussed about the age eligibility rules that are going to restrict her schedule, perhaps for the next 12 months or so. Where do you sit on that, Chandra? I'm sure you've been asked before. Are you for it, or do you think she should be allowed to play what she wants?
You know, when I came up, we didn't have the age eligibility rule. It was put into place maybe a few years later. I didn't really see the need for it. And, you know, we haven't had much discussion until now because Gauff is so young and she's testing those limits in a big way right now. I think she should be allowed to play. I think it should just like Osaka's playing right now, even playing field. She's a professional doing everything else the same way. And I will say I understand the reason for it, and it's to try to protect these young women. And I'm all for that. I just don't think this really does it. When you consider they're still playing with immense pressure, they have sponsors, contracts, they're still turning pro, they're earning money, they're playing exhibitions if they can't play tournaments. And they're also practicing a lot. They're not staying in school and living a normal life.
Sure.
So that's my soapbox on it for now.
That's good. Of course, Gauff did play an exhibition last week, didn't she? In Winston-Salem, was invited down there.
That's just impeccable hitting. So clean, the contact point in front, and really can't read these shots, but stepping in and getting all of her body weight behind the ball.
It's a 7th winner of the evening already from Osaka. That's a good response, though.
40-13.
Gauff has to try to make this a foot race much more often. That's difficult to do with how big Osaka's hitting the ball. You see the movement, the balance from Gauff.
Game, Osaka.
The forehand just letting her down. It's been an excellent opening 3 games from Naomi Osaka.
Osaka
3
leads
love.
3 games
She
to love.
leads.
First set. Time. Ladies and gentlemen, seats please.
So Coco Gauff behind the 8 ball. Early doors here. Serving love 3. Just from Osaka's point of view, she really bottomed out after that defeat to Putin Saber, didn't she, in the first round of Wimbledon? That's when I guess she probably got about as low as she got. She talked about the issue she had, how she felt like she wasn't really enjoying the sport. Took a bit of time out to reflect on things after that.
We just can't imagine
30-love.
all of the tension that came to bear on Naomi Osaka with the year that she had, culminating with winning her 2nd Grand Slam back-to-back majors at the Australian Open. Huge superstar. First in Asia.
She was the first woman to win a 2nd major immediately after winning her first since Capriati. That was way back in 2001. So, as Chanda was suggesting, it all happened pretty quickly.
The first Asian player to get to #1. Not the first to win a major. We had Li Na doing that. Fantastic hitting. But it just seemed to all happen so quickly with Naomi Osaka. We're saying that a bit about Coco Gauff, but winning titles from winning Indian Wells, and it just was like a snowball. And anyone would have to do a hard reset. Reassess what their goals are, what's going to make them happy. This is good fighting back from Gauff, and a much needed game here if she can hold serve.
Love the reaction. You just heard Coco Gauff get herself up and running here.
Osaka leads 3 games to 1.
Just tennis as a reminder to head to usopen.org. The official shop for 2019 merchandise. Choose from the largest selection of tees, caps, outerwear, whatever you want, go to usopen.org. The family made the move, of course, from Atlanta to Florida when they began to realize their daughter had some serious ability. Both, of course, actually quit their day jobs, didn't they, to focus a lot on Coco's tennis, channel their energies into it.
They've done a lot to prepare their daughter for these moments, making sure she was comfortable talking and being in front of people, sang in the church choir, had to give speeches at a very young age. All of that helped to produce the grounded young woman we see and hear today. That's the challenge for Gauff, is to try to find ways to get Osaka off balance. When Osaka is on balance and in position, it is so difficult to catch up to these shots, and she is hitting the ball very cleanly.
A little off-pace ball to work with, and Osaka not dealing with that as she might have done.
Osaka's fastest serves been 113. That one at 90 took a lot of pace off, went for the angle, but Gauff was unfazed.
She's been able to get it into a defensive position. Not quite sure if Osaka just lost a bit of balance there, but didn't get behind the ball, and Gauff's got a couple of break points.
And one of the things that Gauff has done well in her previous rounds was use the angles when she needed to, and there, getting on the outside of that ball.
And there it is, just a slight drop in the level of Naomi Osaka, and Coco Gauff is able to break back on serve here in the first.
Osaka leads 3-2 first set.
It's not just her tennis, is it, that is engaging people? It is the way she carries herself. We've seen a fair few teenagers over the years, I'm sure, Chanda, and yes, she's one, but it's the way, it's her personality that is so engaging, and it's grabbing people's attention, and you know, they are feeling her, they are understanding who she is.
Yeah, I actually think that tennis is a little lower on the list in terms of what draws you to her. I mean, she plays a fantastic brand of tennis. She can play in different areas of the court. She has some variety. She's comfortable coming in, and those are areas that can only grow. But it has been more about how stable she is in matches, how well she competes, how mentally tough she seems to get when her back is against the wall, and we keep seeing it over and over again in bigger and bigger situations. And that's, I think, what draws us most to her and to her game.
Time.
Coco Gauff serving back on level terms here. 2-3 opening set. Oh, that's too good. Gauff had hit a brilliant little slice under pressure there, and Osaka's got the answer.
This is certainly a match that will test Osaka even more than her previous two. And she's got to get down and compete. She's got to play in some more uncomfortable areas. Did so beautifully there.
A surprise tactic. Osaka, I think, will be a little disappointed because she seemed to be there, Chanda.
But it was deciding what to do with this shot when she got there, knowing how quick Gauff is. And she had broken for that ball. A smart play from Osaka, showing nice presence of mind and enough relaxation to see that angle as the point unfolded. Oftentimes when you're hitting the ball that big, the first tendency is just to keep hitting. Nice little change up.
More the same. Gauff again defending valiantly, but just not able to keep the length ultimately.
That's Osaka winning the battle of court positioning here, looking for opportunities to step in, take the ball just a little bit earlier, taking that precious time away from Gauff. One of the things that Gauff has to keep challenging herself to do is to move the ball. That may not be the most comfortable at certain moments, but she can get Osaka stretched out in the first one or two shots. Points really shift in her favor.
Second chance to break for the world number one. We're actually having a look at her second serve patterns before the match, and if there is one thing that is a little predictable, it can be that second serve. China, she likes to go wide on the deuce and center on the ad, doesn't she?
Yeah, in most cases, players would prefer to go out to the backhand, so that kick serve on the ad side and down the tee on the deuce. But it's because of how Gauff produces her serve. A little concern on the face of her family, her support team.
Love 15.
There's nothing you can do about that. But one thing Gauff can try to do is to try to read the Osaka serve, at least recognize the tendencies as the match goes on. And that's one of the favorites for Osaka. That serve down the tee to the forehand.
Lovely change-up from Coco Gauff. Certainly caught this lady just a little off guard, didn't it?
Well, almost every time Gauff has brought Osaka in on her terms, she's won the point. Osaka not as comfortable and not as quick to get up to those shots. And sometimes to counter that type of serving, you've got to change position. You've got to force your opponent to go the other way, go the direction you want them to go in. And it's a constant trying to figure out how to better return as the match goes on.
Wildcard was sending us some interesting data with regards to Coco in terms of her net clearance today compared to previous rounds. 27 inches it is today, 34 in previous rounds, so indicating she's hitting a little flatter ball. Obviously, her time's been taken away a little bit more as well, so that's certainly one factor, but more importantly, she has a back point here. Putting the extra ball back into play. And she won't go away in this opening set. An impressive comeback it is. Coco Gauff fighting hard, 4-3.
Osaka leads 4 games to 3. First set.
This defense again. And the young American. Digging in. Qualifying here last year, did Naomi Osaka, lost in the first round. Excuse me, did Coco Gauff back then, having had a very successful junior career. Quick update on what's happening on the Louis Armstrong Stadium. Gael Monfils just got an early break on Dennis Shapovalov, 4-3, and on grandstand, Diego Schwartzman leads Tennis Sandberg pretty handily right now by a 7-4-1. That's the singles matches that are currently taking place here. The third round.
Time.
Downtown Manhattan, of course, the borough of Queens. About a half an hour, 45-minute drive to the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center, and plenty have made their way out for this one. Full house tonight, 23,000 inside the Arthur Ashe. Gauff serving 3-4.
The fact that Gauff has fought back the way she has, it's got Osaka a little more rattled, not hitting the ball as cleanly as she was those first 2 or 3 games. Under a little more pressure.
guess if there's one area of the game that's been scrutinised more than most, it is the serve chart. Is it a concern technically? I mean, I know she's only 15 years of age, but in terms of what she's working with, is there a lot to improve in that serve?
I think she can improve the serve. She already hits it big. You look at the second serve for both players, that's been a tough area. But the first serve can definitely improve. I think she does a nice job of moving it around, hitting her targets, especially understanding the moment when she needs the first serve. Nice play by Osaka, and a little bit of an opening here. Trying to get another break of serve. But I think Gauff can get a little more rhythm on that serve where she can tie into it a little bit more and actually make her serve more consistently big.
This run of breaks here going to continue. It looks as though that may be the case. The unforced error. The teenager. It's 2 more break points. There it is, the backhand, the heat on the backhand, once again proving to be a little too much for Gauff. Osaka will serve for the first.
5 games to 3, first set.
That was a fantastic game from Osaka. Didn't have to do anything really great, but got a little more solid, kept a little more pressure on Gauff, and took advantage. A little bit of a breakdown in the serve.
Two are just such remarkable athletes, aren't they? Osaka, I think, affording herself a smile. I don't think she could quite believe the backhand up the line came back where it did. Of 12 points behind her second serve so far, Osaka.
Love 13.
And that time it looked like Gauff was cheating over just slightly to that forehand side. Didn't have to hit the return.
Time violation warning, Miss Osaka.
Julie Kendall, the chair umpire, stepping in.
15-13.
And again, it's Osaka out positioning Gauff. Pushing the teenager well behind the baseline.
40-30.
Once again, opening up some possibilities for herself, pushing the American into deep parts of the court. There's Naomi's mum. Her daughter has found her way to set point.
Left facility.
The wild
Again,
number
first
one
set,
does grab the
Osaka.
opening set. Is she going to spoil
By 6
the
games to
Coco
3.
Gauff party here in New York? She may well do. 6-3. She takes the first. Well, at times it was a little bit scrappy and up and down, wasn't it? But all in all, Osaka taking it. Let's take a look at some of the numbers, Chanda.
Well, it was because of the 5 breaks of serve that made it feel like there wasn't as much rhythm in that first set, but it was Naomi Osaka who got the advantage in terms of her serve, and she was the one who actually got the 3 breaks of serve when she really needed it, and it settled her down. I think she was able to serve better, winning 67% of points behind that first serve, and that bottom number, the 15 winners to just 12 unforced errors, that was the aggressive play, the smothering tennis that Osaka was able to play in the bigger moments.
Time. Second set. Gauff to serve.
Well, if you're looking for positives, she has dug very deep at the majors already this year, has Coco Gauff. Of course, 3 of her last 4 wins at the majors have all come in deciding sets. Whenever Herzog, you'll remember at Wimbledon, what a remarkable victory that was. Of course, the win over Potter over here, Babos, both 6-4 in the third. Anything she needs to do differently here, Chanda, in this second set, do you think?
Yeah, I think this is a match that has pushed Gauff into a completely different mindset, and that's been part of the problem. Haven't seen these types of errors, these types of mistakes, the double faults. That was number 3.
It's a different level of opposition ultimately, isn't it?
Different level and a different style, different occasion. All of that is coming to bear right now. It's been tough for Gauff to go
15-13.
toe-to-toe from the ground with Osaka. The forehand, she likes just a little more time, likes to get a little more air under the ball. She's trying to flatten it out a little more. It's causing more mistakes.
Osaka has done tremendously well.
That's
15-14.
beautifully done, and a good adjustment by Osaka. Still didn't look as comfortable up there, but she didn't overplay. She didn't fake it. Took her time, got a little more air under that volley, but got great depth and then was ready for the reply.
Didn't make a first serve in the game. Coco Gauff, and only was able to win 1 of 5 behind the second, so a troubling start. Osaka improves her position.
First game, second set.
If you just think about the way, look at the way Osaka hits the ball there. She's so powerful, and that can unsettle anyone, let alone someone 15 years of age who's playing on this huge stadium, the biggest in tennis, for the very first time at night under the lights. She played there in Armstrong, but an entirely different animal here. And her team trying to give her a little support, a little encouragement. Things we've seen Gauff do successfully, when she's been able to do it, she's been successful, is move the ball. But again, that's not easy to do when it's coming at you with that kind of pace, when you don't have the experience doing it and playing in these occasions. So this is certainly a way for Gauff's game to just grow. Force her to do these types of things under pressure in the biggest of circumstances.
Coco Gauff was signed by the management company Team 8 about a year or so ago. Tony Godsick and his stable, and who looks after Roger Federer. Tracked this lady for quite a while. Fair few trips down to Florida before they finally got her signature.
It's just big hitting and a perfect time to do it. And Gauff, Osaka looked a little tight the previous point. That serve, she took a lot off of it, 93 miles per hour. Trying to smile and relax herself, but the tension is clearly there. At a certain point, though, Gauff has just got to get on that serve. Down the tee to the forehand side, make Osaka hit it the other way.
Still good. To defend against that.
That's one of the things that Osaka has done so well from her first match through her second match. She's kept hitting, even through some tough moments. She's kept believing in her shots. Still in some trouble here.
Just had a little bit of pace off the first serve, didn't she? And Gauff, as a result, just slightly mistimed the return. That is some point.
Advantage Osaka.
Frustration for Gauff after that miss, but it was the right shot. Just has to execute next time. Well done by Osaka, though, to track that that return down.
So often we talk about the offense, but it was the defense of Naomi Osaka on those last couple of points. And they kept her in the point and ultimately forced a couple of errors.
Second set.
You keep wondering how Gauff is going to respond in so many of these situations that she's never been in before. This is another one. She's up against it, trying to play her best, hasn't quite done that just yet. And we may say that Gauff hasn't played her best, but the woman, Osaka, on the other side of the court is trying to keep it that way. She's had a clear strategy from the start, trying to dictate controlled play, controlled position on the court.
Fifteen, 13.
Second serve again, looking somewhat vulnerable. It's an area of her game that is definitely, you feel, going to need to be cleaned up. A little bit of concern because this match is slipping away at a rapid rate.
Thank you. Left position.
Well, the journey's been fun to watch to this point for Coco Gauff. It's grabbed an attention of a lot of different people, but it looks as though it's going to come to an end here. It's a set and 3-love.
Ladies and gentlemen, seats please.
Nighttime tennis continues here in New York City. Naomi Osaka so far in complete control.
15 love.
One of the most difficult things to do is in the middle of a match, try to find your rhythm, try to settle down, try to turn the tide. It's going so decidedly against you as it is for Gauff right now.
Youngest US Open champion you'll remember last year since Maria Sharapova won here in 2006. And a win, of course, over Serena Williams 12 months ago.
It's that experience of Osaka's that has come to bear more often in this match thus far. 18 winners from the Osaka racket, still counting.
Unlucky. He's having a long stare and asked the question, but go with the challenge.
Osaka doing a good job changing it up, going out wide. That is some heat with angle.
It's number 4. The world number 1. Who's spent some time around Coco Gauff over the last couple of years. He spent some time around a lot of players, hasn't he, Patrick? Gets himself about a little bit, as we know. That'll do.
Yes.
That type of shot has to give Gauff just a little shot in the arm. Try to keep her fighting, keep her positively motivated here. That's just big. 118 straight heat down the middle.
Oh, there was a semi-call. I think it looks as though Coco's resigned to accepting her fate here.
Miss Osaka is charged a call on the left
Bit of
center
confusion.
service
Looks as though the
line.
lines
Ball
person
was
did
called
actually make a call. The arm wasn't out for very long. And there was no need to, because it has called the line. And Osaka forges further in front.
Osaka leads 4-0 second set.
A reminder, head to usopen.org Stay connected via various social media platforms and on YouTube. Join the conversation, hashtag US Open.
I think one of the things that's been difficult for Gauff is that she really believed she could win this match coming out onto court. You could see it in the way she fought back in the first set. And to be in this position, it's kind of tough mindset to overcome right now.
Osaka really let her get away with that one.
Now, this is where the reset becomes so important, because you've got to let go of that frustration, that disappointment, and you've just got to stay in the moment and think about what you need to adjust. And Gauff doing a good job those couple of points. Serve has been a problem, though. That is double fault number 6, barely at 45%, 46% of first serves in for the match, and it has been a struggle for Gauff on her serve. Still in decent position here, though.
Touch fortunate at the end, but there was nothing fortuitous about the way she approached that exchange. Just crushing the ball here.
And the most important thing that Osaka did was kept moving forward, putting herself in position to close off this point. Gauff, an excellent defender, but Osaka just not allowing it at the very end. There's some of those shots where Gauff is drop shotted and Osaka is trying to end the point running in instead of playing for position. It's caused a few of those misses.
Ranking. She does lose today, or sit just outside the world's top 100. It doesn't really matter, of course, because we know where she's heading, or it seems as though we know where she's heading. But in terms of her actual ranking after this week, it'll be just outside the 100. They won't be playing too much more for the rest of the year, given the restrictions that are on her. That's good stuff. Heck of a strike from Coco Gauff.
Advantage, Gauff.
And one of the backhands from Gauff a couple of shots ago didn't quite get the direction. It was closer to the middle, but on that last one, she adjusted and hit beautifully through that lane. Plenty of margin, excellent placement.
It's an expression we've seen a fair bit of.
We talked about the Gauff serve and how that shot can improve. She can get more rhythmic, use her body a little bit more, and it will make that shot a little more consistent in these moments where there's a little more pressure, a little more tension. Right now, she's still muscling the ball at times.
She knows she's not going to get away with just rolling the second in, is she? Which certainly is in the back of her mind. That's why.
Advantage Osaka.
In this set, Gauff has made only 5 first serves. Well, she's 26%. She's won 2 out of 5 points on her first serve. Much too low of a first serve percentage.
Oh, rather muted applause here on Arthur Ashe. This match as a contest is almost over. Naomi Osaka, a game away from the last 16.
Second set. Time.
Naomi Osaka, the defending champion, serving for victory. Very solid performance today from this lady. The challenge that her opponent was going to bring. She's matched it and some. A different league for world number 1 tonight. For the vast majority of this hour and 5 minutes. Naomi Osaka has 3 match points. The defending champion is moving on here in New York.
By 2 sets to love.
She ends the remarkable journey of Coco Gauff, who has added so much to week 1 here at the US Open. We'll see a little more of her in the doubles, of course. We will see a lot more, you suspect, of Naomi Osaka. She drops just 3 games tonight to move into the Sweet 16.